What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome to another video. It's currently 52 minutes past midnight on Thursday the 31st of August, but we're going to be looking at Wednesday's price action today. It is a late upload, so I'm back in my bad habits, but yeah, we're going to get straight into things. Honestly, if you've made it this far into the video, please make sure you've watched yesterday's video, because everything I'm explaining here is just going to be basically, I'm going to go over what happened, which was basically what I expected from yesterday's video, and I'll draw on what I'm expecting now to probably play out for the rest of the week. But yeah, we'll jump straight into the charts. We'll start with DXY, and you'll see that we had a down day just as anticipated. We took out this sell side liquidity resting below Thursday's low, and then we also took out Tuesday's low liquidity sell side as well. It's interesting to see that we fell quite so heavily down, to be honest. I wasn't expecting us to break so far low. Like I anticipated this sell side to get taken. Here. I anticipated Thursday's low to get taken, and I did anticipate Tuesday's low to get taken, just not all in one day. But you can see that's what happened. And where did we trade to? We traded down into that weekly sorry guys, that weekly fair value gap I have marked out in blue. So again, go check out yesterday's video. I've drawn all this out, and you can see we've just dipped into it, and we've just retraced back up from it now. So that was nice to see. We'll drop down to the 4 hour to get a better look. And then we can see Wednesday's price action. We moved higher, creating the high of the day. And then after that, we fell precipitously lower, taking out this sell side liquidity and then targeting these relative equal lows resting here. And it took it beautifully. And now we're just retracing up. So yeah, that was nice to see. Very nice price action, very active. Like I said, there is a lot of news releases today, so it is a busy week in general. I do imagine it's going to continue with the volatility, considering we've got non-farm payrolls, so I can imagine it's going to get quite dangerous, so to speak. ICT also just recently tweeted that it is an American weekend holiday, so that's going to mean the markets are going to be very interested in general. So we're going to stay a little bit more careful, I'd suggest, in the markets for the rest of the week. But yeah, it was a nice move down. Again, traded higher. We got a little breaker block here. Of course, we traded to the breaker. High, low, higher, high. Let me just zoom in on that. High, low, higher, high, and then we break lower. And then what happens? Price comes up, touches that breaker, and then what happens? We break lower, run into this south side, rest in here, and of course here. And now we're just retracing. So yeah, not really much, nothing too crazy. If you drop down to the 15-minute, you'll see that we do actually have a break in market structure on the retracement up. Now you'll see that we've created this massive fair value gap, or liquidity void, so to speak, between this low and this high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that out. I'm going to mark that out because I am anticipating price to want to trade into that, and I'm going to make it orange. And I'm also going to mark out I'm going to split it into quarters. Now after a big move like this, and remember we moved quite aggressively on the Tuesday as well. So Tuesday we moved low very aggressively, and then Wednesday we moved low very aggressively. So the retracement I'm anticipating, I would like to see this fair value gap get filled, because after it's classic for price action after taking out sell stops to have a run on stop. So every time a swing high or swing low gets taken, you should anticipate a run on stops, as in a reversal run, which is why I'm anticipating this this fair value gap to potentially get filled. So I'm just going to mark out the quarters off it, and I'll mark out the midpoint, which is consequent encroachment. And then when you drop down to the 1 hour, 15 minutes, sorry, we can see the break in market structure has already happened. Where's the break in market structure happened? Here. So we can mark this out. And again, if you've watched my backtesting videos before, you'll know this is exactly what I do. Same thing, break of structure, BOS. I'll just leave it like that. And that means that this is a breaker, low, high, lower, low, and then we've broken higher. So when price returns back to this candle, I am anticipating us to use that to push higher and run into this fair value gap. And like I said, I would like to see if it gets filled. Now, if this gets filled and this high gets taken, I'd then anticipate us to start running up higher. But if this high fails to get taken out, then I'd look for lower prices. So right now we are in a bit of I am anticipating some kind of consolidation in general. But overall, I'd like to see price come down, dip into this breaker block. I'll mark out the 50% level of it. But yeah, guys, if you've watched my backtesting videos, you'll know this is exactly how I mark out my backtesting analysis. Yeah, price. I want to see price come down, touch the breaker, and then I'd expect us to start pushing and filling in this void. Like I said, whether I doubt we're going to go into these highs, especially since we've touched this breaker low here. But I would like to see this liquidity void get filled, so that will be interesting to see. You'll also see that this sell side liquidity rests just at the quarter level of that fair value gap. Remember, this is a 4-hour fair value gap. So that's interesting. I can imagine we're going to come up, find support, fill in this void, and then, like I said, probably get expansion either lower or higher for the rest of the week. So yeah, tomorrow, that's exactly what I'm expecting. And yeah, we'll jump into GBP now. Let's go to the daily. Beautiful action on GBP. I did actually get into a trade on GBP, so let's get that sorted. So the trade that I got in on GBP, I am going to make a backtesting video on it because I want to review it. I am going to do a review on it because it was a trade that I took whilst I was asleep. So I got in, went to sleep, woke up, and then it got to my target, which was nice to see. But yeah, price action done exactly as anticipated. We traded down into a breaker, which I'll delineate on the 4-hour, and then we traded higher and started running towards this buy side liquidity. Now, if we jump down to the 4-hour, we'll have a better look. This wick specifically was what I marked out in yesterday's video. Again, I'll link that in the link. I'll link yesterday's video in this video. Make sure to check it out because I recommend you see how I anticipate such a move. Anyway, this is the breaker high. You can see that was lined here. We did actually take out this high by like 1 pip. The high of this, if you look in the top right, top left, high is 1.26550, and the high of this is 1.26548. So you can see we did just about take it out. And after I saw that, I was like, okay, we can expect a retracement now to the breaker. That's what I marked out, and we traded to the open, to the very open, and then we expanded much higher. So it's quite interesting to see that. Again, beautiful entry was offered. If we drop down to the 15-minute, we can get a better look. You can see we traded up, took out that high just by 1 pip, remember. So this is what I found interesting. I was expecting us to expand past this, as in I was anticipating us to trade to this blue line, which was another breaker, but we didn't even get to there. We just traded just past that pip, and that's what allowed us to then pull back, pick up more stops, and then expand higher. You'll see I also marked out this area because there was potential for price to want to dip down into this fair value gap, so my stop loss was actually set below here. But yeah, we can take out this now, and we can look at Wednesday's action in general. So we actually took out this high yesterday, and then Wednesday from midnight we traded lower, touching the bottom, the open off the breaker, and then from then on we had a breaking market structure right here. As soon as this swing high got taken out, you can see we traded higher, came back down one more time, and you see our price stacks on each other, and then we found support on top of the breaker high, and then we run up. And we also, there's relative equal highs here, this high, this high, this high, and this high, all relative equal highs, so we can mark that out as buy side liquidity, although that's now been tagged. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grade that out, and that will help us frame what we're expecting now, because remember, we're expecting a retracement on dollar, which means we should anticipate a retracement on a retracement on euro, GBP as well. So that's been tagged. And do we have a breaking market structure on pound yet? Well, I'd like to see this low get taken. It hasn't been taken yet, so I don't see a breaking market structure. So as soon as this low gets taken, then I'd see a breaking market structure, and I'll start looking for sell side imbalances and sell side inefficiencies. So there's this fair value gap here, and there's this fair value gap down here, which we might want to trade to. Let's jump up to the 1 hour, see if this liquidity void in general, fair value gap, is where I'm expecting price to want to return to. And like I said, as Dixie fills its liquidity void, its fair value gap, I'd want to see GBP fill this one or trade within it and work its way down to the order block. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, not much. Again, I'll mark, let's see if is this on the 4 hour? Should be. So we'll mark out the 4 hour fair value gap, because then we can split it more precisely. Same thing as what I did on dollar. Got the 50% level. Make that red. We've got the quarter level here. Oh, 1.5, and then we have this level here, which happens to be lined up with this. So that's interesting. I'd like to see how price does treat this low here, because this is an old low. So I would like to see if we can find support there. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to anticipate, and also this wick as well in general. Whether price will go past this 50% level of that fair value gap, I guess it's just a matter of waiting at this point. But there is a nice fair value gap resting here that I can imagine price will want to short to. So yeah, we'll have to see. And again, if DXY respects this 50% level, then I can start looking for lower DXY again. But it depends. If it climbs above it and shows a willingness to want to go higher, that's when these highs will start getting targeted. Other than that, this 50% level is the highest on DXY I'd want to see. Same on GBP. This is the lowest on GBP I'd want to see for me to still remain bullish. Hope that makes sense. So what am I expecting tomorrow? We can pull into here. If we respect the 50% level, then we can continue higher and start looking for these highs to get ran. Same on DXY. If we pull up to that 50% level and respect it, then I can start looking for this low to get ran, and for us to look to run into this liquidity resting below here. So it's all, again, this is what I mean. This is computer talk, as in if this happens then this, if this happens then this. It's as simple as that, guys. But yeah, so here's euro. You can see Wednesday is trading. Euro was again beautifully delivered, went right into that buy side liquidity as anticipated. I am still expecting us to want to trade into this daily fair value gap, but obviously we're going to get some kind of retracement first. But yeah, let's drop down to the 4 hour. We can have a deeper look. You can see we traded higher, created the swing high after taking out this buy side liquidity. After we take out buy side liquidity, what did I say earlier? We get a run on stops. Where's the run on stops? This swing low. Run on it. We run on it. We run on it. We come down, trade into this massive fair value gap. And let's see what level we actually traded to within the fair value gap, because I was looking at this on my phone and I was thinking, is that like a, not even a quarter level, but a, what's less, an eighth of the fair value gap. So we're gonna have a look, and it looks to me like we traded to an eighth. Let me get rid of this. It looks to me like we traded to the 8th level, because you can see we come down, touch that, and then we have an aggressive trade higher running right into that buy side liquidity, tag it, and now what we expect in a retracement again. And we also have an inversion fair value gap, so we can drag this right out. This is the 4 hour as well, so we can anticipate this to act as a strong support. Now, why is this an inversion fair value gap? Well, it was delivered on the downside, but then we traded through it. So now when price comes back into it, it should act bullishly, so we should find support within it. Price can come back down to the 50% level, same as GBP. I guess there's an inversion here as well on GBP. These are all things we got to take into consideration, guys. And then even on DXY, there should be one somewhere. There's one here. You know, these are all inversion fair value gaps, so we're going to take them into consideration. If we respect the 50% level, then I expect a continuation higher, and I'd like to see us reach for this daily fair value gap resting there. Let's drop down to the 15 minutes, see what we can find. Have we had a break in market structure? I mean, this swing low here, I see that as a break. We came back into the fair value gap, just filled it. So let's choose 5 minute. But again, it all just depends. Again, it's better we wait till tomorrow, see what happens. But I'd like to see us offer some sell side, run into this fair value gap, find support within this inversion gap, and then trade higher. But yeah, guys, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please go and watch yesterday's video, because I explained everything that pretty much which pretty much unfolded today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're nearly at that 400 subscriber mark. I'm very excited. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.